You've always believed that good intentions are enough, that wanting the best already puts you on the right path, and that if your heart is in the right place, things will work out, correct? That belief feels reasonable, even comforting. But this is exactly where your reasoning breaks down, and it's important to confront that immediately if this conversation is going to be useful. Hello, this is the channel Brutalosophy, and in this video I'm going to explain why you were wrong, not because you're immoral or naive, but because this idea was handed to you early in life and never seriously examined. When you assume that good intentions protect you, your logic makes emotional sense. They give you a sense of moral safety, the feeling that you're beyond reproach. The problem is that reality does not respond to intention. It responds to impact. And this is where the belief collapses. Good intentions, when they are not paired with clarity, strength, and a willingness to face unpleasant consequences, are not neutral. They become dangerous. Not because you want to harm anyone, but because you step into real conflicts completely unarmed. You might tell yourself that you tried to do the right thing, that you were kind, patient, understanding. I can acknowledge why that feels valid. Most people don't want to see themselves as harsh or confrontational. But the moment you equate goodness with harmlessness, you accept a quiet training to value being inoffensive over being effective. And the world, whether you approve of it or not, does not reward effort or sincerity. It rewards results. Look honestly at what you've already seen. You've watched strategic, even ruthless people move ahead while your sincerity was ignored. You've seen kindness trampled and manipulation rewarded. That isn't random injustice. That's how reality signals what works. And you know this already, even if you resist admitting it out loud. When Nietzsche confronted this pattern, he wasn't interested in comforting moral stories. He observed that much of dominant morality is born from weakness, not strength, especially moral systems that glorify meekness, endless sacrifice, and pity as the highest virtues. Behind many so-called good intentions, he saw something less noble: fear of claiming one's own power and a deep need to be seen as good, even at the cost of denying instinct, strength, and truth. You might think this sounds abstract, but notice how it shows up in daily life. You avoid confrontation and call it peace. In reality, you're avoiding the cost of conflict. You stay in toxic relationships under the banner of loyalty, when the uncomfortable truth is that you lack the will to leave. The intention sounds virtuous. The outcome is self-destruction. Your everyday life is already a battlefield, just not one with visible weapons. It's made of silence, guilt, expectations, and subtle manipulation. And you were taught to walk into this terrain believing moral purity would protect you. It doesn't. Wars are not won by purity. They are won by those who understand the rules and refuse to pretend they don't exist. When Nietzsche spoke about herd morality, he was describing exactly this mechanism: a value system that turns weakness into virtue in order to neutralize strength. Power becomes evil. Ambition becomes dangerous. Self-trust becomes arrogance. Not because these traits are inherently corrupt, but because those who lack them need to discredit them to survive. And you absorb that lesson. You came to believe that swallowing disrespect is maturity, that suppressing anger is evolution, that enduring injustice in silence makes you superior. But none of this made you stronger. It hollowed you out. Each time you choose comfort over clarity, you give up internal territory, not only to others but to your own self-deception. You may recognize this in the friend who keeps forgiving someone who destroys them because they see the good, or in yourself, walking straight into situations you know will hurt, telling yourself that you meant well, or in the silence you labeled patience when it was really fear. These were not virtues. They were camouflage. There's a brutal irony here. By trying to protect feelings, you sabotage what actually matters: truth, growth, boundaries. You don't lose respect because you're firm. You lose it because you're predictably passive. Harmless people are not respected. They're tolerated until they're no longer useful. At work, this shows up when someone takes credit for your idea and you stay quiet to avoid tension. In families, when silence becomes complicity. In relationships, when manipulation is rewarded and honesty is punished. You keep believing that good intentions will save you, but they don't, because no one judges you by motive. You are judged by outcome. You may have followed all the right advice. Gratitude, calm responses, quick forgiveness, always seeing the best in others, and you still suffer. Not because you're broken, but because these strategies teach you how to endure pain, not how to stop it. They help you coexist with chains, not break them. The core issue you avoid facing is power, more precisely, your refusal to claim it. There's a deep fear of conflict, rejection, and moral ambiguity. You want to feel righteous without becoming dangerous. Nietzsche saw this as a denial of the will to power, the basic drive to act, to assert, to shape reality rather than be shaped by it. When you suppress that drive in the name of being good, you don't become virtuous. You become ineffective. And the world has no mercy for the ineffective. This is why gentle strategies fail. Not because you're flawed, but because they are designed to fail. They are tools of inaction disguised as morality. They protect your self-image, not your life, not your integrity. If you want to stop being ruined by your own good intentions, your thinking has to change consistently, not once, not occasionally. The world is not waiting for you to find yourself. It is actively shaping you into something soft, compliant, and forgettable. That begins with abandoning the need to be liked. Every time you choose approval over truth, you lose authority over your own mind. Discomfort must become your compass. The moments that make you hesitate, that make your voice tighten, are not signals to retreat. They are signals to engage. Growth does not come from safety. It comes from resistance. Replace intention with strategy. Before acting, ask what outcome you're aiming for, not how you want to feel about yourself. Intentions ask whether you're being nice. Strategy asks whether you're being effective. Effectiveness is what protects you. You will still face chaos, betrayal, randomness, loss. The world does not reward hope. It responds to force of character. Good intentions are brittle. Preparedness is resilient. Inner strength, flexibility, and readiness are what allow you to withstand uncertainty. Understanding this does not promise comfort. It demands responsibility. Seeing clearly does not make life gentler. It makes it honest. And honesty requires you to give up the fantasy that meaning well will save you. It won't. Only conscious, deliberate action will. Comprehension is not relief. It is a burden. What you do with it is no longer a matter of morality, but of choice.